The biggest difference between finally breaking free from porn and staying stuck in the same cycle is your strategy. It's 80% of your results. If you keep relapsing, it's not because you're weak, it's because your strategy is broken. Now I've analyzed hundreds of people that quit for good, and it turns out they follow one of these proven frameworks. And so today I'm breaking down each of these frameworks with examples. Then I'm going to show you how I used one of these proven frameworks to go from completely being addicted to porn to completely rewiring my brain. Trust me, this video might be the best investment you'll make to finally break free from your porn addiction and regain your self-control. And I know this because I use the same exact framework to go from being addicted to porn to completely rewiring my brain. Framework 1, the stop, shift, win framework. When you get an urge or you start getting an urge to feel like you're going to relapse, think to yourself and say to yourself that I'm stronger than this urge, because that puts you at a state of you could beat all the urges and you'll never be able to quit porn. So what you want to do is do something that gives you real power, like push-ups, take a cold shower, or even going outside on a walk, or even hitting the gym. And then once you do that, all the urges start slowly dying off and going away. And it shows to your brain that calm feels better than chaos. And every time you win, mark it down. Don't leave it as how it is. A problem I had is every time I would do that, I would never mark down the days or the time or the urges that I beat. All I did was I let it go, which caused me to relapse harder every time. Relapse, it took me back from the beginning. So track it. When you realize that you beat an urge with going on a 10-minute walk, go and write it down. 10-minute walk worked on this day would help me. It might help you again, or just might be certain days of how you beat porn, because everybody has different levels of addiction to porn. Not everybody has the same addiction. Some people could be watching porn 10 times a day, and some people could be watching 4 to 5 times a week. Everybody has different levels. So it depends on what your level is. It might the 10-minute walk might work. For other people, hitting the gym might work more powerful. So it just depends on who you are and the type of person that you are. And also don't forget, tracking your wins is only step one, but there's two more proven frameworks that still work, that if you do one of these incorrect, you will still fail and not be able to get the proven frameworks to work. And that framework is, once you get the urge, when you get the urge, understand to yourself, what was the reason you got it? Was it because were you alone? Was it because you had the door closed? Was it because you were scrolling on your phone at night? Or was it because you just felt lazy and you wanted some dopamine to come into your brain? Whatever it is, say to yourself that that's the reason, and I have to shut it off or not use that thing to help me quit. You got to be able to take control, because no one else is going to do it for you. You got to be able to navigate your way through and being able to control your urges, because the moment you're able to control your urges, you'll be able to control everything else in your real life. Just like if you control your brain, you'll control your future and your success. It's true. So if you realize that it's in the shower, it could even happen in the shower, and you're touching yourself, try to take less showers or try to take cold showers. That forces your brain to put it in a panic state. Or if you have your phone in the at night and you're endlessly scrolling, that's the reason. Don't put your phone at night. If you realize that it's the first hour you wake up or the last hour you go to bed, then stop using your phone from that time. Stop giving your brain the cheap dopamine in the morning and right before you go to sleep. You gotta do that in order to help you see how you could fully quit. For me, what I did was I personally lowered time on my phone completely. So it wasn't just about social media and the triggers in social media that I was watching, the twerk videos and all of that. But what worked for me was I put the screen time lower. So instead of being endlessly on my phone, I would be cautious of what I was watching and be cautious of what I was doing so late at night or so late in the morning. And from there I just flowed, and then I started replacing all the bad habits that I had. So one of the bad habits that I had was I would unhealthy eat mixed in with jacking off, which is really bad. Instead, I would I would do something that I did better in the morning. So if I read in the morning, I would follow it next with maybe journaling, or maybe getting ready to film some content, or do something that is going to make your brain not have any time to jack off. That's the thing that is causing men nowadays, is because their attention spans are low. It's because of you don't see yourself on what you're doing. All you're seeing yourself is getting lazy and not pushing yourself forward, and just being stuck, and you see why all these things that you're trying to have in your life are not hitting. The last one, the mind body framework. This one is making your brain feel good. You don't want, when you realize that even though you jack off, you might think to yourself that, oh, I feel good at the moment. But then 30 minutes after, you start feeling all these symptoms that you get. You start feeling groggy, lazy, all of that. You got to fill your brain up with better stuff. Like I said in the previous, like I said previously, journaling. It depends. It works. Write down what you want to do for the day. Plan your day before. When you go into the gym, powerful workout. Do something that is going to help you get rid of the urges. Get rid of your phone. Set time limits on your phone if you realize that you're just going to be distracted. Stop watching sports. If you realize that just sitting down watching YouTube videos and watching Netflix is causing you, is a main cause of you jacking off, then stop it. You got to fix your space, block out all the unnecessary triggers. But there's still one more thing. Even if you follow these 3 frameworks, there's still one more. If you don't do this, you will still fail every single time and still come back jacking off. And that thing is lowering your gaze. The lowering your gaze thing is basically is when you're seeing stuff, you gotta think to yourself, if this is the reason I'm jacking off, then why do you keep looking at that thing? If it's something from porn, or if it's twerk videos, or if it's OnlyFans, or if it's Pornhub, then why are you doing it? If it's gonna make you jack off and you want to quit off your addiction, then why do you keep coming back to it? It's just that simple. Is if you lower your gaze, if you're walking outside, or if you're walking outside and you see a girl with tight ass shirt and sweatpants and yoga pants, what are you gonna say? You're gonna stare endlessly. Just lower your gaze. It's gonna help you in the long run. And that's what I think is the most powerful framework, is lowering your gaze. Being sure that you can see what's going on. Because if you can't see what's going on, you're never going to be able to quit porn. If you're talking with a girl and all you're thinking about is all her boobs and her, then what are you going to say? It's nothing. It's only harming you in the long run. You're just going to go home. You're not even going to get the girl. You're going to go home and you're just going to start touching yourself right over again. So those are the 4 proven frameworks that I used, that I personally recommend to use to help you go from be a porn addict to finally taking control of your mind. If you need more help, I have these free courses that I used that you can get in my bio. You just click on it and they're yours right away, and it's completely for free.